So I had been searching for these for a few days. On January 2nd, I went to a few Walmarts and one Target, found nothing at all. Then today I went to a Target that was a bit further out there and I finally found them, the Godzilla and Kong toys. We've got some of the smaller figures here, the little bit of a bigger size on the other side there, and then down here, the 11-inch Godzilla. And they only had Godzilla left, no Kong or Skar King. So here's what I brought home with me. They had a good amount there, not too many duplicates. There was pretty much just one of each character. There was a few of the 11-inch Godzilla, a few of the masks. So, I just got one of those, one of the Godzillas. And I'll be showing you the barcode. So if you want to search for these yourself, you could, scan that barcode, have them check if they have them at your store. And I'm in the Western United States, if you're wondering the location I found these in. So first off, let's look at the smaller figures. These ones are $9.99 each at Target. I got the Heat Ray Godzilla, the Shimo with Frostbite Blast, the Skar King with Whipslash, and Suko with Titanus Doug. Suko kind of terrifies me. He's pretty ugly looking. So let's take a closer look at the Skar King with Whipslash. So on the back of the box here, we can see that I'm missing two from the set. Godzilla Evolved and Kong with Beast Glove. And yeah, those ones just weren't at the store. But let's look at Skar King. So he's made out of hard plastic. You can see his head can move back and forth like this. And his Whipslash is removable. So you could take it off of him, put it in his hand. And paint job on this looks alright to me. I mean, it is a toy. Not really expecting much out of it in the first place. And I'm still actually deciding how many of these I'm actually gonna keep because space is limited. I gotta choose carefully. I might want to wait for some movie monster series to come out of these figures, X plus, I don't know. But for now, we're just gonna take a close look at all of these in the boxes. So he's got articulation all around his arms and legs. Looks like a decent toy to me. And then next, we've got Godzilla with Heat Ray. So yeah, he comes with two accessories. He's got the Heat Ray itself and then the little chunk of skin to cover the battle damage, which is not advertised anywhere on the box really. If you look at the back, it doesn't say anything about the battle damage, but you can see the little outline where the chunk of skin hooks on. I feel like I've seen a very similar figure before, but I didn't really keep up with the Godzilla vs. Kong Playmates figures, so maybe this is like using the same mold of one of those figures, I'm not sure. But I do think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, his mouth can open and close, and if you look up at the top of the mouth, there's a little hole right there for the heat ray effect to go into, so you'll just stick that into his mouth if you want to put that on. And then yeah, he's got those blue eyes with the black pupil. Think they look fine. And I like the coloring on his spines here. This is a pretty decent looking Godzilla toy, I think. And then yeah, here's some of the articulation that we can get from within the box. We can see his arm can fully rotate, and then his leg could go up and down with like back and forth like that. Then he's got his tail back here in the box as a separate piece, because if that was already connected, then these boxes would have to be a lot bigger than they are. And now on to the Shimo with Frost Blast figure. So let's look at this thing. Pretty interesting new monster here. Don't really know anything about it. I usually try to avoid spoilers, but I don't know. I keep seeing these toys. I figured might as well just have fun with it. Go look at them all. Whatever. So his mouth opens very wide. Look at that. You could put his jaw all the way down, like very wide open. I wonder if he can actually do that, or if it's just like, the way they did the hinge for the toy. Probably, but you never know. And yeah, he comes with a little blast effect piece, which hooks into the mouth like the Godzilla. You could see if you look at the top of his mouth, there's a hole in there where you peg the effect piece right into. And yep, just a lot of white in there, but his tongue is painted. You could also see his teeth, which are painted a little like yellowish looking, so they stand out from that white. Then he's got just some little blue dots as eyes. And it looks like his neck can move up and down, but it's kind of limited by the box right now. It could also kind of twist. So you should be able to twist the neck all the way around, it looks like. So some pretty good, decent articulation there. You could turn it to the side, then bend it, you know, down and up. So you could pretty much move that any way you'd want to. Then his arm moves up, can go all the way around. Could also kind of come outwards like this. And then twist. Oh, also his foot. Yeah, his foot could also fully be rotated. And his tail is also a separate piece. Yeah, I think the paint job's alright on this one. I like how you can see that little bit of white at the very end of the tail. Then it changes to like that purple as it goes outwards. And then, yeah, they're sort of translucent all the way up his back and then at the back of his head. I'm definitely going to have Shimo in my collection at some point. I just don't know if this figure is the one that I want for my collection. So we'll figure that out later. But next, let's look at Suko with Titanus Doug. And I just love the Doug. Look at this beast. He's just great. I think I'm going to have to open this one up because, you know, pretty cheap, just $10, even if a more detailed Doug does come out from a different company. I still like to have this one too. And he looks like he's got a lot of articulation to him. Look at his head can move. Looks like it could turn all the way around, but it's kind of tight there. I don't really want to risk making the joints all loose. Also looks like he has articulation on all four legs and the tail. And then what have we got here? Suko. Pretty ugly looking monkey here. And what is he holding? He's got like an egg he can hold, or like a chunk of something. It looks like some kind of egg. Oh, maybe that's just a rock, huh? I think it's just a rock he's gonna throw. But yeah, I wonder what this thing is gonna get up to in the movie. I wonder what he's gonna do. And he's pretty well tied down here, but we can see he does have a lot of points of articulation. It looks like his wrists are movable, and then he's got little joint at his elbow, on his shoulders, his legs. And now let's move on to the next price point of figures. So these ones are $14.99 at Target. First up is the Battle Roar Kong. On the back of the box here, we can see there's 3 in this set. We've got Kong, Skar King, and Godzilla Evolved, which I did not see in the store. There was just Kong and Skar King, so I got both of those. And I had no idea what this was going to do in the store. It said, you know, try me, push button on back. I pressed it. I thought he was just going to make a sound, but look at this. His head is made out of like rubber. Like if you look at this portion, you can see it's slightly a different color than his hard plastic body. And yeah, that's rubbery. So look what happens when you press his back. His whole face like crunches up. I think it's a really great. Yeah, it's just really well done too. Like his whole facial expression changes. Really liking this Kong. You can see his chest has got all these holes in it, which is for the sound from the speaker to come out. And he doesn't have much articulation. His arm is like in this fixed position. It can fully rotate, but not much more than that. His hand can rotate. So that should be the same on both arms. And his legs also look to have one point where they can just rotate, but no real joints in this one. You know, you can't like move his elbows, shoulders, anything like that. But that feature I think is really great. I'm sort of tempted to keep this one. I just want to press that button all day and look at his face kind of wrinkle up like that. So we'll see if I end up keeping this one. And then we've got the Skar King. So you can see on this one that his Whipslash is just molded into his body, so you can't take it off and stick it into his hand like you can with the smaller version. And then he's also got that same softer head as Kong. You can see the color doesn't quite match the hard plastic body. So that's a really easy way to tell where the rubber portion ends, you know, or you could just touch it if you had the thing. And that's just the same thing. If you press it, his face will like wrinkle up like Kong's. It's just great. Really like these ones. And he looks to have very similar articulation to Kong. These are more stationary figures, though. Yeah, you can twist the arms around, the legs can twist around, but that's about it. The real selling point of these, I guess, is that feature, the sound effect with the rubber face. It's just great. Like, I really love that on both. And look what we've got here. Titan Evolution Godzilla. Look how fat and chunky he is. It's just, I love this thing. Like, I didn't realize till I got it home how squishy he was. Like, look at this. It's so rubbery and squishy, so fat looking. And that's because there's actually another Godzilla inside of him. Like if you squeeze here, you can feel the hard plastic under that rubber shell. So inside of him is a Godzilla evolved figure. To me, it looks like it might be the same one that's in this other line you see on the back of the box here, Godzilla evolved with the atomic breath effect piece. This looks like it's probably that same Godzilla just without the effect piece, and instead it comes with this like rubber suit. I could be wrong, but to me that looks like the same figure on the back of that box. And look at this, there's a change that was made. You could see on the artwork on the box here, the orange eyes with the black pupil, but on the final product it's just all blue. And I actually prefer that. I think he looks better like this. I really love this thing. I just wonder how long will that last, because just so fun to squeeze this. I just want to be squeezing it all day, so pretty tempted to keep this one actually. This one's kind of just like a standalone thing. You can see there's no pictures of other figures on the line. And yeah, I guess that's a pretty big spoiler right here, isn't it? Godzilla's going to evolve from his regular form into this new Godzilla with the pink spines. Now on to the giant Godzilla evolved figure. There's also Kong and Skar King in this line, but they're actually not pictured on the back of this box. It's just got a big old picture of Godzilla there. So his arm just can move up and down. Can't really fully rotate though. So limited movement, but there is some movement there. Can't like pull it out, make him like widen his arms or anything though. It's just stuck like that. So just up or down, that's it. And then his mouth does open and close. Not really anything to stick in there like the other one, though I suppose if you have an effect piece, you could just, kind of shove it in there if you want to. And yeah, he's got the pink spines here, and they're very translucent looking on this figure. See, they go all the way down, and then his tail, of course, is a separate piece, and it's got some of that translucent look to it, and then towards the very end, it just changes to painted pink on there. I'm not really a fan of that. But I gotta remember, this is a toy. It's not necessarily marketed towards someone like me, But even so, I was kind of looking forward to opening this one. But once I took a closer look at it, I noticed he's got those screw holes on the other side, which have been on previous Godzilla figures. I got like the Godzilla 2019 figure. He had those screws on the back. It just really bothered me that I can only display him from one good side. He's only got one good side, but this is a toy. Displayability is definitely not the focus of these figures. For now, I'm going to leave this thing in the box. I'll see what I decide on doing. But yeah, what's going on with his body here? Look at that. It's so thin right there. So thin. He's so thin and long in his new evolved form. But I got to wait till I see it, Wait till I see it in action before I can really judge it. But don't know how I feel about it quite yet. And next we've got the Godzilla mask. The detail on this is actually pretty nice. Like, it's so big, you can really see all those bumps on Godzilla. And then the teeth, the paint job on the teeth actually isn't too bad, The paint looks to be pretty well separated from the gums there. And yeah, just a bumpy Godzilla head. Eyes are orange with the black pupil in the middle. It looks like it's got a little strap that goes around your jaw, and then when you open it, it'll make the sounds. So you open your mouth, and then, Godzilla's mouth will open and he'll make sounds. I mainly just got it to show this for the video. Like, even if I wanted to put this on my face, I don't think it's going to fit on my head anyway. So let's just take a close look at it. There's the front view. Look at that nose. Yeah, he's got a lot of holes in his snout here. So, whoever's wearing this can breathe. But yep, then the top, more of that bumpiness. And this looks like the speaker, I would think, at the very top of his head. Those little lines right there. But yeah, I think this thing is pretty good for what it is. I just have no use for it myself. So I'll see you in the next video.